What's up, peeps? What's going on? This is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. And in this video, we're going to talk about the Monday through Thursday strategy and how it compared to what I did last week, which was pretty much the UberXL strategy or and LiftXL strategy only. And I just want you guys to see this, and this is my own results. You got to test out things for yourself and see what works for you. Let's start off with Uber like I always do. You see here my Uber Pro situation going on. I got a few more points to keep my diamond status. If you saw the video from yesterday, I told you guys I probably wasn't going to make the weekday quest, and I probably could have, but yeah, not a big deal. All right, so today I did $172 on Uber, $172.31, and on Lyft, and I'm going to show you guys Lyft, what I did, and then I'll break it down. So on Lyft, I only did $11 today on Lyft. So $11.99, $12, I did that today on Lyft, right? So that totals up. My mathematician, my whiz is out there. Let's see, let's move this down so you guys can add it up if you got a calculator. $11.99, which is basically $12 plus $172. So we're looking at about $184 for the day. And I could have made more than that. And I'm going to tell you guys, I messed up something today. I didn't go with my initial strategy. And I learned something about this strategy that I'm using with the destination filter. And that is to stay close to the highway. You know, I chased the surge like, I shouldn't have chased the surge. But I wound up chasing the surge on the ride. And, the time I spent going toward the surge and actually getting there and then waiting to see if I got a ride, I could have probably done another ride and a half, with all that time that I spent. And my destination filter eventually timed out, so I didn't get the best use out of my destination filter. So I should have been over $200 with just that alone. Also, something happened, and I think I may have talked to you guys about it yesterday. It was in one of these previous UberXL versus X videos where the Uber app, I talked to you guys about it when we go to the airport here in Atlanta at Hartsfield Jackson Airport. If you go through the Delta terminal, if you have your XL only on, it will turn your X profile on. So, and I think they do that so they can give you a rematch. Most of the rematches are X, so they're trying to keep that flow moving. But if you're unconscious of it, you'll wind up with an X ride, and you don't want an X ride, right? And so that happens also at our the SunTrust Park, which is where the Atlanta Braves play, and the Braves played today, and that happened. I was on XL only, but some kind of way I got kicked down to X, and it had to be something that Uber did in that little zone, because this happened to my friends as well, where they switched the profile of X back on, and we wound up with an X call. It happened to a couple of us today. If that hadn't happened, like I said, I definitely would have been well over $200, just for those two things. So you always got to check out what's going on. All right, so let's dive into this real quick. And I want to show you guys not only, about how much I made today, but just using the strategy. I told you guys I like to make, anywhere from $150 to $200 a day doing this. And it's 8:48. I was done at 8 o'clock. I was done. And so let's go into this real quick. So I did 11 trips today, 12 including the one for Lyft. And I used my strategy. I got up and used my destination filter strategy that I learned from my buddy. So far this week, I have on Uber alone $680, and if you add in the $100 and $108 on Lyft, that's what, $788. So, which is pretty much where I like to be at, using my strategy. Maybe I should call this the Walmart strategy, because Walmart has different things. You guys haven't seen my Get Money Like Walmart strategy video, then you should check it out. Especially if you have a vehicle that can go XL and X. All right, so here we go. Dive into this. So today is Thursday, September the 19th. And I don't want to make this video long. Let me move this Lyft thing. I keep telling it to hide the shortcut, but it keeps putting it back up there. So I'm gonna put this here. All right, we'll put that there. All right, so you see I had 11 trips. It said 11 hours and 28 minutes online. That's just how long the app was on. That's not like my total driving the car time. I had the app on a couple of times at home, and I generated some money there, which was really, really good. All right, so we're going to see earnings activity for today, September the 19th. Let's go. All right, so my first ride was a really short ride from home this morning. I had my destination filter on, and I wound up getting a little short ride, and that's okay. $3.96 early this morning. See, guys, I was up 4:57. You got to be out here to get it. The next ride was a ride that went to the airport, $16.23. Young man didn't tip. That's okay. And then the next ride at 6:05 was a $33.49 ride. And as a family, they were trying to get a break from their kids. They were pretty cool. And that they gave me a $6.62 tip. So it's $33. I had another UberXL ride, and this is where I messed up at. So let's go back. After I dropped this UberXL ride, I should have gone and ran my strategy again, and I did not do that. Okay, so I should have, waited. I put it back on UberX, I believe. Yes. No, I put it on UberXL, and I went moving toward the surge because I knew it always surges in a certain area in Buckhead every single Monday through Friday. It's like clockwork. It's from about 7:30 to about 8:30 sometimes it'll surge, right? So I went over and I got the surge, but it took about 20 minutes to get there because the traffic was so heavy, and I should have known better. I should have just ran my strategy. So what I learned today is definitely not to chase the surge. I knew that already. But with the strategy that I'm using, I like to stay by the highway. I thought about that today. As long as I'm riding along the highway, then I can get to my riders fast, and I can pretty much predict that I'm going to make, these $16 rides. I can make those rides quick, really quick. And then once I get down below the city, I can start just going back and forth. So that was my bad. $13.81. I could have done that, just continuing to use my strategy. So by the time this 10:30 ride came in, my destination filter had expired. So like I said, it was a lesson learned for me today. All right, so I was heading home. So I came all the way home. I was getting ready to start cooking. I got an UberXL ride that went to the Braves game. They played their, I believe it's their last home game today. People gave me a $5 tip. I'm okay with that. It's a short ride. This UberXL ride right here was another short trip, and they gave me a $5 ride. And I was like, I keep doing these short trips, but I was hungry, and I wanted to go get some food. So went home, took a break, came back out, did this UberXL ride. These are from the game. So these next three are from the game. The two UberXL and the VIP. So this UberXL here, $4.75 tip from SunTrust Park. Just a 9-minute trip, didn't even take long. Basically $20. Almost the same thing for this trip right above it. I didn't get a tip on that, which was interesting, but it had some surge on it. It had a $4 surge, and it got expanded. It got adjusted, is what they're saying, to $7.58. I wish we knew that when they were going to do that and add the adjustments on it. I really do wish I knew how they were calculating that, because we don't know. Uber, we don't know how you're doing this. All right, so that ride came out to $18.81. Interestingly enough, those folks, those good people, didn't tip. They had a great time, but they did not tip. All right, so right after this, it was this VIP ride, right? And on this VIP ride, this is some kind of way the app Uber turned me back onto X, and I wasn't trying to be on X at all. You know, it was a decent ride, and it was only decent because it had a $10 surge on it. You know, if it didn't have the $10 surge, and if I didn't have that surge, and as busy as it was over at SunTrust today, like I probably would have canceled this ride. I'm just being straight up with you guys, because I knew it wasn't going that far. You know, it only went 5 miles. You know, and it was surging. It was busy. I probably wouldn't have taken that. So did that ride. The next ride, I put it back on UberXL right after that, which is weird. So I got an UberXL ride, a really short one, but the people tipped me $5. You know, took them to only 2 miles. I like rides like that. That's great. And person tipped me $5. They were really cool. Took them, you know, they're just doing dinner and some stuff with the Atlanta History Society, History Museum or History Center, something like that. And the last one was this, and after I dropped these people off on the UberXL, right, the $11.52, Uber put me back on X again some kind of way, and then a pool came through and it had surge on it. But I was like, no, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not doing that. So I didn't do it. So after a while, I took a little break, you know, waited for another ride, waiting for another XL ride, didn't get one. And I said, by the time 7 o'clock comes around, if I don't have an XL ride, then I am going to put my destination filter on and drop it down to X. And I got a comfort ride, it's $10. Guy was really cool. He's a doctor of radiology. And that is good stuff, right? So let me go back to get out of the daily thing. I want to show you guys the weekly. And let's go back over here. Let's look at this Lyft XL ride. This was this morning. Just some office people, you know, short ride, like 4.5 miles. Not bad, you know, short ride, very, very short ride, you know, didn't tip, not worried about it. Just keep it moving, right? So what I really wanted to get into with you guys, right, is I wanted to, let's see if we can get that off the screen. Why? There we go. It went off the screen by itself. All right. So my people. So I learned this strategy from one of my buddies, and the way I set my destination filter. It's kind of hard for me to explain it if you're not in Atlanta, but I set my destination filter far south from the airport, and I live north of the city. And so after my first 1 or 2 rides, then I'll just stay below the city and just keep, after I drop someone off, most of the time they're going to the airport, you know, after I drop someone off, I'll continue to get rides that'll take me, you know, I'll move back north toward the city again, not as far as I live, but just to the city. I don't go past the city, especially when it's rush hour. If it's too much traffic, farthest north I'm going is to downtown Atlanta, because I know I can get rides that are going south. Most of them going to the airport, and most of the people are tipped. All right, Carlos, I know you said don't tell anybody, but I got a worldwide audience. You know, these people can adapt it to where they are, and I don't have a scarcity mentality. There's so many people out here, so many riders. There are way more riders than drivers, so there's no shortage of money. All right, so looking at this week, right, my Monday through Thursday, $680, right? $680.52. That's on Uber. All right, and if you add the other $108, that's $788, you know, on Uber and Lyft combined. Why does this thing keep popping up? Okay, so if you go here, you see last week total, just mostly with me doing XL only, $587.57. Right? Look how much time I spent, and it's just me just waiting. That's most of that is wait time. You know, 36 trips. That's the whole week. I worked every day. And no, don't get me wrong, I earned another $400+ on Lyft, and that took me over, you know, plus I had some privates, and that took me over $1,000, probably into $1,100, right? So It wasn't a bad week, but it's not the way I like to generate money. I like my money to be consistent. Look at these. Look at how consistent it is. Look at Monday through Thursday compared to this Monday through Thursday, right? And so, like I said, I like to have consistency. I like to be $150 to $200 every day. Look, boom, boom, boom. And see, I did some work on Lyft yesterday too. So for September the 18th, I was at like 150, hit my target. Boom. So when I go back over here to Lyft, let's look at Lyft. So let's go to dashboard. And we are going to go get this out of the way because I don't know why that keeps showing up. Oh, because I haven't turned the settings off for it. All right, so you see today I did $11.99. This week I've done $107.96, right? So it's a big difference. So let's get into the driver history, right? And that's where the money is. It tells you about the money. So last week I did 19 rides on Lyft, right? 19 rides. I did like 30 something rides on Uber. So I did $457, but look how long it took to get it done. It was just crazy. The numbers are just nuts. So let's skip down here, right? So I got some pretty decent tips and bonuses. I got all of that. That's great. Let's go to ride history. If you look at this, September the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, right? That Monday through Thursday, man, that's garbage. That is garbage. So using the strategy the way I do it, I make more cash flow. And that's the name of the game, is cash flow. And last week Saturday and Sunday was Music Midtown, right? So I made the bulk of my money on the weekend, and that's pretty much what it is. If you're gonna do XL strategy, you gotta look at it totally different than just doing X. Me, I like to combine both. I like to combine both of the strategies. And if you look at that, I'm almost to what I would normally earn on a weekly basis anyway. And how I used to look at things. I used to look at things like let's get this squared away. Let's get this back onto the money. So we can talk about the money. Come on, little app, speed up. Okay. So, looking at that, looking at these numbers, I mean, these numbers, like, they sucked. You know what I'm saying? They sucked. So, once I back at doing my strategy, and I know this strategy works. It may take more time. It may take more rides. It really doesn't take more time because I'm moving. I like for the car to be moving. I really like for the car to be moving, y'all. And I like to have cheeks in the seat. Shouts out to my girl Kim. I like to have cheeks in the seat when I'm doing this. All right. So looks like my light just went off. Interesting. Ooh, some dark stuff going on, y'all. All right. So all right. So where was I? So that's basically it. I typically like, especially when I was just doing X only, I like to be at $700 by the time Friday morning rush hour is over. That's how I kind of gauge my week. I like to be at $700. Like I said, I like to make anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 a week. And typically, if I'm hitting that goal every week, if I'm at $700 by Friday morning. All right, that's my thing. As you can see, I'm at 788. So I'm already there. So by the time tomorrow morning is over, I should be at like 888, close to 900 for the week so far. All right, so hope you got some value out of this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And this was The Real. I'm glad you guys are seeing this. There are only so many of us drivers out who are really actually out here getting it, out here doing it, and who are YouTubers as well. You know, if you're gonna be, I won't go into all of that. I won't go into all of that. We got some serious stuff happening in the YouTube community, YouTube rideshare community, and you know, I wish everyone well. Oh, it's some funny stuff happening, man. This is fun. Let it be fun. You know, treat it like a game. I did a video about that. You know how to avoid burnout, and you got to treat it like a game. You know, I'm looking at my numbers. I'm you know, like I said, I'm happy with the numbers because that lets me know that my plan works. All right, my strategy works, and that's it. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, give your boy a shout out. Leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe and ring the little bell so you can get all the alerts. And I'm about to go in here and enjoy my evening. Peace. I'll see you all. I'm going to do a Friday video. I'll probably do a Saturday and Sunday. And that'll be my last videos for this UberXL versus X series. Unless you guys want to see some more of that. All right. Peace.